Welcome to the Green Onions Podcast. This is a podcast where we throw out a little nonsense,
a whole lot of sense,
and a whole lot of laughter.
Ha 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 ha.
I am Common Sense.
And I am, you're just Common Sense in general?
Common Sense Girl.
Common Sense Girl, and I am Noah.
Wow, you had a slow moment.
No, you confused me. I was like, well, who am I?
Noah.
Well, how you doing, Anna?
Good. Oh yeah, welcome listeners for listening to us as well. We're glad you guys are here.
Yeah, this is a brunch day.
Yes, and we're having a non-alcoholic mimosa. I don't know
a mocktail, as the kids call it.
As the kids call it. He acts like he's 105.
Yeah, ginger beer would make it better. The ginger beer makes anything better, like flavor-wise. I feel like limes and ginger beer.
So you just gonna throw them in, just anywhere.
Just ginger beer.
Yeah.
How many times can I say ginger beer in the first minute of this episode?
You said at least 4 times. Easily.
Enough. Yeah, I think we're done. Mm-hmm. I think let's move on.
Yeah. Everything's great. Life is great. Yeah, it could be worse, right?
Yeah. And with the mocktails and stuff, with the after hours show that we're going to be rolling out here pretty soon, we're going to be adding new stuff behind a little bit of a paywall, but it'll be like us making cocktails, mocktails, that kind of thing. So we're excited to get that rolling out. Not to plug at the beginning of the episode, but
no, not at all. Just listen, to that.
I don't think we plug at all, so I feel like maybe we should start at some point.
Well, yes. I mean, we can.
Maybe out in public guerrilla marketing.
Literally. Noah has a new album out.
Oh, you listened to it?
Yes, I did.
I do remember you. What'd you think?
It was good.
Good.
Did anyone else listen to it? We hope so.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Go to his page, and the link should be there. It's on Apple.
See, that's the one thing. Music-wise, I don't.
Oh, Lord. I just plugged it in, and he don't even have it on the damn page.
No, I got it. It's on my Instagram, next to music, on the little link tree thing. But that's the crazy thing is, anybody I see out in public, I will more than likely tell them about this before I even mention I make music.
You because need to mention all of it. I mention all of it. Shoot.
No, but growing up here, it's people plug themselves way too much. It's sickening.
So what? Some of them go somewhere else, so you probably should plug yourself in.
It's like the Splenda of people. It's like artificial sweetness.
Sweetener. Yeah. That's what I was thinking when you said Splenda.
I don't know. I try to be genuine about it.
That's nice.
Because that was the point of that project. It was the genuineness.
So the podcast was genuine. The music, you're like, well.
No, the music. That was the point of that music. The album that I put out, it was more me trying to. I kind of view it as a passage of time, and how. It's a nice way to think about the passage of time or process the passage of time. I think I was having the conversation with my dad about it where it's not super performative for me. It's very it's how art in general, people draw, people do a multitude of things. For me, it's fun to work out the thoughts and me growing through that, if that makes sense.
Would you ever do a video disc?
Yes. I actually have Jack, now that he's back, there's gonna be a music video that's gonna come out for the project. It's just in the works right now, so I'm excited about it. It's gonna be a live show vibe, black and white, kind of retro-y.
So check it out, people. No plug here.
Yeah, and I'm making a chuck roast. Well, I gotta put it in the crock pot after we get off this podcast. Not sidetrack, segue.
So artistically names I'm making a Chuck roast.
Well, The Bear came out. I don't know what it is. Sopranos. I got to season 5 of Sopranos in like 2 weeks, and all I was making was pasta. Like, that was it. And now I'm watching The Bear and the new season of The Bear. We both were we need to do a 3. I watched 3 episodes last night because I've tried to catch up with y'all. And
Jerry's in the studio when he said y'all. I know that sounded like so weird.
Oh no. Yeah, he's being our fill-in Jarvis.
Mavis.
Jarvis. And
such old-timey names.
Urkel. No, it's
Urkel dance.
But the chuck roast that I make is like, it makes me feel like because
it's your little mud roast.
Yeah, and I figured it out because my sister taught me a few tricks with it, and you gotta I add jalapeno juice along with the pepperoni, so just a little bit of it, and then I sear it before I put it in the crock pot with salt, pepper, sugar, and then I put it in the crock pot. So I'm excited. And then it all gets in there. I'm excited. It's gonna be good. And I owe Jack 4 meals. So I felt bad. I walked into the gym the other day and I was getting a massage, and I walked out and I was talking to him and I was like, I feel like a bad friend. I've promised you 4 meals. And I haven't followed through on any of them.
So you got a chuck roast. You can do your pasta.
I got some mashed potatoes, yeah. Oh, you meant other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you owe him 4 meals. That's just 1 meal right there.
Oh, dude, that chuck roast will last me until...
Good for him.
End of the week. No, yeah, I don't eat... What do you mean? The pasta meal? And the chuck roast?
Yeah, that's 2 meals you can make for him right there.
I can make a lot.
Mm-hmm. But you have to do it.
Yeah.
Your bill keeps getting higher and higher with Jack.
Oh yeah, no, I'm buying him food on Tuesday, and he's coming over after he gets off work today, and that's why one of the debts is going to be fulfilled tonight. So my tab is going to be slowly worked towards getting paid off. So that's a good thing.
This is how you pay off debt.
Okay, wait. Are we excited about Superman? I am very excited about Superman.
Looks good.
I'm in.
The previews, it looks really good.
I'm so in. It looks.
So, I have not seen the previews. 2, who's playing Superman?
I don't think it matters.
No, it does matter to me. Yes, it does.
It's not Cavill. It's not.
Well, I know it's not him. He's over there wanting to have babies and stuff with some young little thing.
Oh, don't we all? No, no, but it looks really good. I'm really excited about it. And the main Lois was in... Are you looking it up? Mm-hmm. Yeah, look it up. But Lois was in a show that me and my dad watched called The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yes.
And that show was brilliant. And she's Lois, so I'm actually really excited for it. I brought that up last night to somebody, and they were like, I'm more excited for How to Train Your Dragon. And I was like, I'm in.
Really? How to Train Your Damn Dragon?
Well, I would go to Burger King and get the How to Train Your Dragon meal and then sneak that into the movie.
How come his name is David Corn Sweat? How come he looks a little bit name. Cavill's
brother?
Yeah. I'm like, we've got a type where that's what we're going for. Bless his heart. He graduated at Juilliard.
Well, Superman has a very distinct look, I feel like.
He does. He definitely has to have the dark hair. That's definitely the thing. He's not your typical blonde hair, blue eyes.
No, I love Superman. Superman growing up was my guy. But then they just butchered his stuff so bad that... what was the first... Man of Steel was good when he gets stabbed with the kryptonite. I remember liking that movie in 2010. And then... I really do talk about stuff like I'm old. I was 10 years old when that movie came out, but I still remember it.
Child.
My parents like literally didn't let me watch that scene because there was blood in it. and then the Zack Snyder one was just awful. Well, not awful. It was just like, why did he kill somebody at the end? That pissed me off. Superman doesn't kill. All right, I think I'm getting off topic. Let's start with the daily stuff.
I was calculating as you were talking. You were like, yeah, I was 10 years old. And I'm like, whoa. Wow, I was older. Yeah.
When?
He was 10.
In what year?
See, you go by years.
2010.
I'm just going by age separation. I had
So it was October 8th, 1999. So
I'm on my first
and my social security number is 1.
I'm like, I'm on my first social security check at that time. Oh my gosh.
All right, but Anna has a reading first by the...
Yes, The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. Y'all know we've been reading out of this book for...
Or how I like to call him, Handsome Man. No, I'm kidding. We'll edit that out.
No, we won't. But no, we won't. That one, no one's doing any editing.
That's the one. No.
So, on this day, no self-flagellation needed. Philosophy calls for simple living, but not for penance. It's quite possible to be simple without being crude. Seneca, from Morale Letters. Marcus's meditations are filled with self-criticism, and so are the writings of the other Stoics. It's important to remember, however, that that's as far as it goes. There was no self-flagellation, no pain penance, no self-esteem issues from guilt or self-loathing. You never hear them call themselves worthless pieces of crap, nor do they ever starve or cut themselves as punishment. Their self-criticism is constructive. Laying into yourself, depriving yourself, punishing yourself, that's self-flagellation, not self-improvement. No need to be hard on yourself. Hold yourself to a higher standard, but not an impossible one. And forgive yourself if and when you slip up. I think that is something nowadays people have a hard time doing, is forgiving themselves or not being so hard on themselves.
Yeah.
They hold themselves to a standard, and I don't even want to say it's their standard. I think it's the standard of what they think society wants you to be at.
Huh. I agree with that.
Because I think that's why we have so many suicides and self-harming that is happening now. I'm not saying it didn't happen back in my day, which my day is in the 80s, but I'm just saying it's very, very prevalent now.
Yeah, I think people I've talked to too, because I hang out with I look up and want to hang out with older people. It's just, and I think, well, it's just like, it's more, the conversation's more fruitful. But the main difference or parallel I've seen is that, like, the introduction of the internet, it's like we got an impossible standard in our pocket all the time that, I think mentally I know studies are going to come out in like 20 years, or the studies have probably already come out. They just haven't researched it further. It's just like, it like mentally, anxiety wise, it's probably awful for you. Even on phone calls with my family, they'll be like, you gotta, like, you're 25, like, be easier on yourself. You don't have to be this, like, live up to this impossible standard all the time. I think I'm playing sports too. I just have this gear where I feel like I need to be going all the time, which is weird being like not having to play a sport, to where it's like, where does that gear just doesn't disappear, but how do I make that gear, like, put it towards something different, positive, and grow from it.
Yeah.
Because Because I've been having to try to not be as hard on myself. I don't know. What about you? Has that been a practice for you as of late?
Mine is.
You're kind of God's gift to earth, though, so I don't know.
I don't know if it's me being hard on myself, but I am holding myself to a higher standard. I think from my time from living at home, being spoiled, to being in the adult world the past 100 years, I think I fall back on my standards of myself. And I think that's where I'm at this year and going forward. And some people can't handle that.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's anything in moderation, right? So there is like this kind of like psychotic level of thinking. Well, not psychotic, but like Kobe, for example, or like people that are successful in any facet of their life. Like you hear them talk and there's moments where people are like, yep, they're crazy, but they keep doing it anyway until the work pays off, to where it's like, it might have been crazy, but everybody has their own like path. I think that's been something I've been noticing too. We had somebody go to Train the Trainer, which is like a work thing, and he figured out he was an auditory learner. So he doesn't learn by like seeing it. And that's the weirdest thing to me, that everybody's brain is just like, oh, we don't know if, like, anybody you talk to, I've been having to practice like losing what I know so that I can figure out, okay, but how do I relate to them? Because their brain's not my brain and our pathways aren't the same.
Right.
And how do I connect with this person in the most genuine way that person will get? Because like if it's somebody cool and I want to get to know them, it's like you do want to put that effort in, but it's just like an extra like there's auditory, visual, and I think kinetic or something like that. No, there's like a third one. But it was cool because...
Isn't it the mix?
Yeah, even training him, I was like, that makes so much sense. I had no idea. Like, usually people are more hands-on. And I trained him, and when he said auditory, I was like... In my head, a light bulb went off. I was like, yeah, he did only get it when I would, like, step-by-step explain it to him. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't benefit from me showing it to him.
Yeah.
Which was cool. But I think just brain-wise, I think it's so interesting.
I agree.
And I also don't think people have enough respect for, like, everybody's brain being a snowflake.
No, everybody thinks everybody should think the same. And
Exactly.
That's not accurate. And
that's
honestly,
not a world I want to live in.
No, because I don't want everybody
That's
to be like
not
me.
the game of Sims I'm loading into when I get on Xbox. I am playing GTA. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, do you believe animals have emotions?
Yes, very much so.
I definitely do, because I think that's what my cat runs.
They're so cute. Oh my gosh. I thought that was... No.
I think that's why my cat went away. I told her she couldn't come to my bedroom, and she left that same night. She was like, "Bump this."
No, for the audio listeners, I'm showing Anna a picture of my sister has the cutest little dachshund named Millie, and my dad has a little dachshund named Alfie.
Alfie is adorable.
They're finally getting along because he's a little bit of a he's a little older, and Millie's just like a little rougher around the ears. But I'm showing her a picture that my dad sent me yesterday of.
Aww.
They're finally warming up to each other. They're so cute. No, I love, and those dogs have the most emotion I think I've ever seen in animals. So yeah, of course they do.
Awesome. So, Noah, Well, let's
Wrong
not
pipe.
die. Let's not die.
Wrong pipe.
Because like I said,
Jeez.
do not save anybody the first 30 seconds. I need to go in Chicken Little mode.
Wait, do I have a question for you? Am I up?
I don't know.
Ooh. Here, talk a little bit. I need to...
Well, I was going to ask you, what are your plans for this week? Like, but if you're choking to death, I don't know.
No, I'm good. I have this can of liquid death. Well, no, actually, dang it. Now they're not going to sponsor us because we just gave them a free plug. No, my plans for the week. I don't know. I've been doing... Oh, it's July 4th. That's why. I'm off. I don't know. I'm going to do something. I'll figure it out.
Watch the fireworks.
No, yeah, I do want to go out to New Orleans. My sister's there right now, so my dad always gives me the dates like yesterday, and I was like, "You've been talking about this for a month and a half, and every time you talk about it, I'm like, hey, send me the dates,' and then it's already happening, and he's like, yep, here are the dates,' and I'm like, I can try to figure this out, but like, my family's a very last minute oriented, like chaos.
That's why you should just plan it yourself.
Yeah, you're right. I think I thrive under chaos.
Probably.
I don't want to, but I think...
But that's the way life is, so you're fine.
Yeah, that's true.
We're building baby soldiers. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. What about you? You have plans for the week?
Work out.
That's what I've been doing, actually. Yeah.
Work out. Power clean the home. Because kids are getting their new beds put up. Yeah. So
I've been finding some real solace in cleaning, actually.
I don't find solace in it. But
I just feel accomplished. Do you feel accomplished?
Yes.
Okay.
I do that. And I feel
maybe I'm confusing
better. Yeah, I don't
that
feel no
with solace.
Solace is going to the spa.
Yeah.
Solace is getting a hotel room and unplugging.
See, that shows the part of how I was raised. It's like I like having something to do. That's where I find peace. What was your biggest ever waste of money?
Probably all the damn shoes I used to buy and magazines I used to invest in.
You invested in magazines?
Yeah, so my favorite magazines were like muscle and fitness magazines and fitness magazines. That was my jam.
How do you invest in those?
You just buy every single one of them. And I save them, and they had like their little covers.
I bet that's cool. Do you still have them?
No, my dad's house burned down, so between the shoes and the magazines, they're gone. And I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't even really concerned about him in the beginning. I was more concerned about all of that. I was like, you didn't save nothing. Now looking back,
wink, wink, the magazines, nudge, nudge.
Looking back at it, I'm okay. I'll survive. It's okay.
Well, yeah, duh.
But when he first told me, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, are you okay? It was like, oh my God, my shoes. Oh my God, my magazines. Oh my gosh. And I had a small collection of Playboy because of the articles that was in it. And my mom was just like, hey, there's really great articles in Playboy. And there really is.
Yep. My sister, they're cool. I just think like art style.
Do you read the actual articles?
Yes, I think like art style too. It's cool, and also I have been. How do I say this lightly? Well, there's no way. Like refraining from watching. So in this like past year, I haven't been like participating in watching things. And it was like a proponent in it was I watched like something where it was like back in the day when it was all like magazines and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Which those weren't great either, but mentally it wasn't as negative for you because like there was still some level of imagination to it to where you had to like, but it like they figured out that with the introduction of like phones and all that stuff and the accessibility to it, that it's made like it's just all not well, it is all negative effects like on the mental. And I mean, I'm not speaking for everybody. I just figured out that it was negative for me. And that was the same thing about like drinking or smoking weed. I don't judge anybody. I was a big proponent of it. I still do it like occasionally. It's just like I don't judge anybody on it. It's just to me it's like if it doesn't work for me, I feel like people need to respect that. Like, I'm not going to judge anybody and be like, I judge them because they do said thing. No, it's just like, it just doesn't work for me in my brain.
Right.
And I think people need to think about stuff more that way. Because everybody's different.
Yes. That's what makes the world so amazing.
In turn. Or the marble in the washing machine that we're sitting on right now.
Y'all sitting on.
Well, you're on the earth.
Yeah, you think I'm on the earth.
Oh.
No, I'm just joking.
A UFO, like the sky opens from the UFO, like you levitate. Me and Jerry would have a great rest of the day after that. We'd go frisbee golf and be like, well, nothing's real.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, we live in the Matrix.
Yep. None of this makes sense. I think we'd both be like, we knew it, and then just walk outside.
Right. Been anybody else, they've been like, I don't understand what's going on. They'd be like Chicken Little, losing their mind.
I've seen worse, I feel like.
What event in the past or future would you like to witness in person?
I think it's got it. Let's just change that to past. Because what is going to be... Oh, I guess like bad. Like one of my goals as a person is to go to every like NBA stadium and like watch a game. I've been to Memphis, Washington. No, not Washington. Cleveland, Atlanta. But that's one of my like in the future. I'm really excited. I want to go like see basketball games. And then in the past, I'm gonna do a historical event. And I gotta think about it because there's so many. What about you? Do you have a preface answer?
So in the future, I want to go to a Super Bowl.
Yes.
I want to go to the Winter and the Summer Olympics.
2028 Green Onions trip outing.
Right. We're on NBC reporting live. And then I also want to go to WrestleMania.
Very cool.
Yes. I can live without all the other kicks and giggles.
I am not a wrestling person.
I am.
I made somebody so mad at work the other day because they were talking about it, and I was like, I just kept comparing it to like a Broadway musical because he's very like hyper masculine, like straight dude, and like I was like, it's just like kind of like Broadway, right? Like they're just performing. It's just less clothes than on Broadway, and he was like, no, it's not. I was like, yeah, it is, brother. No, I mean, there's some I respect it a little bit,
but that he doesn't. But that's something. Those are my top things in the future.
Okay, but historical event now. Do you have that already?
No, I gotta think about that because I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I really don't. You know what? I would love to
have witnessed.
Yes, or been a part of is the struggle with segregation, like in the 60s. I think I could wrap my head more around the black experience a little bit more. Yes, I am black, but I have my experience. I would like to see how we get to this point, because as a Black person, we've made some strides, but we haven't made a lot of strides, because a lot of things, they don't look the same as they looked in the 60s, but they're the same now. They look different.
Packaged different.
Yeah. And so
I think that's super cool and interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get hosed down with the water hose, but hey, if that's what we got to do so I can say I witnessed it or was involved, then cool.
I would definitely, especially in that time, I would love to go like on a march or something like that, like the parades. And there's so many cool pictures where it's like, that was like the I Have a Dream speech. There's a bunch of white people there too. It just felt very, I think unifying wise, it's something that's like we need right now. Oh, not even need. I'm not going to get super into politics. It's just like, there are people out there that want to be unified, and it's just the media attention or the stuff is always the negative stuff, and I think that's frustrating to me, because there are people that want to be unified and it be positive and spread love and all that stuff. But it's always the bad stuff that gets the most publicized. I think for me, past wise, I was thinking about this today. I think the Berlin, like 1936 Olympics. So right before World War II, and Jesse Owens.
Yeah,
I would love to see him win. Louis Zamperini was in that too. He was long distance runner, I think. And then the boys in the boat. And what was the coolest thing is like Hitler had rigged those Olympics to make us lose, but we still came at like one gold, and it was during the Great Depression. So like just to like, I think that would be so cool.
And I got the chance to go to that arena when I was 13.
Way.
Yes. So my sister and I, when we were 12 and 13, went to Germany, and that was one of our adventures.
The Boys in the Boat was a book that my dad gave me like right out of high school. It was like a graduation gift. And I just think it's like one of the greatest stories, because it's like rowing used to be like the sport. Because it was easier to watch and like other stuff wasn't. But it was cool because like this kid was 8 and it was during the Great Depression, so they worked in like a log, and it was like a really small town in Seattle, and his dad just gave him up, and like by his bootstraps he like started logging. He made it into college on his own, and then he started a rowing team like during the, like not started, but he was in a rowing team. And that's how he got his college paid for, because he was so like, the coach was like, you're good at rowing. And then these like college kids that are from like Great Depression Seattle go like win the gold medal against one of the worst people ever. So it was like, it's awesome to me.
That's what's up.
Yes. But that event, and then probably more fun, I would have loved to see I'm thinking about music. There's a lot of concerts I would have loved to see.
Woodstock, the original one, would be mine.
That probably smelled so bad.
It may have smelled so bad, but the music. Come on, there's Jimi Hendrix, for crying out loud.
Yeah, he apparently never showered. And
I'm okay with that. I want to hear him play. I don't.
You need silent singing. Sing blind and we'll listen deaf. No,
I'm sure back in that day, if it's a contact high, that you won't even notice the smell.
No, yeah, you're right. I think. I don't know. I don't know what concerts I would like to see. I think Woodstock would be cool. Not the 1999 one.
No, not that one. That one was a shit show.
Yeah, but yeah. I have a lot I would have loved to see like Star Wars opening night.
Oh, that'd be
like
cool.
when the first movie came out, and like just walk in line, go to like an arcade, and you know what I mean, just like stuff like that.
I think that'd be cool. Like the comparison,
like go back in time.
The Star Wars opening night, and then the Star Wars opening night, like in our day. Like, what is the difference?
Oh, I bet like movie theater. That's, I think, one of the most frustrating things about going to the movies now is it's not like there's no like electricity in the air anymore. Like it used to be like my family like once a week would be like, okay, we're going to watch a movie. And it was like fun. And we used to get like, I always would get Junior Mints. And like that would be my one candy, and I'd sneak it in. And it used to be like this thing I just really looked forward to. And it's not like that anymore, I don't think.
No,
with like streaming, I think COVID might have messed it up too a little bit. Because now like they have all those like exclusivity deals where they got to like put the movie after a week on a streaming service. And it's like, what's the point of going to the movie anymore? We all got movie theater like TVs in our house now.
Yeah, we're disgusting with ours.
Is it big?
Well, we got the big TV, but we got everything you can think of. Like, I have no reason to go to a theater and be uncomfortable. And pay
what's
high
your
price.
Rocket money looking like? Like, how much are you spending on subscriptions? If you
know.
don't mind me asking.
I'm trying to think, because we pay yearly for a lot of our subscriptions.
Oh, that's the way to go then.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. Because Netflix is always the thing that's like...
Well, we get our...
boning me raw.
We get our Hulu, our Peacock, and our Paramount for free through our phone.
Killer.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
But our Amazon and Apple, we pay a yearly.
Yeah, that's not too
Is
bad.
it the Disney free too?
Oh, yeah, the Disney too.
Well, I did see with the Bear rolling out that they're doing like the Disney Plus and the Hulu combined. Mm-hmm. And you get like 4 months free for like $3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, four months for $3 or something. All right, Hannah, what do you think would be on the menu at the only restaurant in hell?
Well, I don't know about how the devil feels, but it probably might not be snake steak. It probably will
Snake steak.
Snake steak. Although I really have had snake steak before, and it really is good though.
I would not eat that.
But I doubt that'd be on the menu. I guess ice cream would not be on the menu, but I would love for it to be on the menu in hell.
You are not taking this funny. Fire and brimstone. I don't know.
You could actually have a lot of
like a
firewood pizza.
like a fuego taki.
Yeah.
Like dipped, battered, like hot wing that just makes your, like when you in the bathroom later, it makes you wish you never ate food.
Yeah, I mean, but you're already in hell, so you might
Hopefully,
as
we're
well just
never
add it.
gonna know what the inside of that restaurant looks like.
Oh no, I'm good. Like,
I'll avoid that.
I try not
place.
to be a shady person, and I try to be good people, and it's where your heart is, man.
Home is where the heart is.
Yeah. You can go to church every day and pay tithes, but if your heart's not in it, babe, you ain't going.
I think that tying it back to one of our topics of conversation, I think that's been a reason I was really hard on myself because, but it was like this light bulb for me where my dad was like, you gotta stop being so hard on yourself. And there's this like standard in my head of like goodness, right? And I've always strived to be a good person, but I had this gear in my head where it was like impossible for me to be that good. And so I think that was a moment where I started getting really depressed because I was like, I'm not living up to as good as I want to be, or I kept saying potential, quote unquote, which honestly everybody has different potential. And as much as like in the earlier episodes preaching about Kaizen and the 1% better, I think with my brain I wanted to be like 4. And I never would get there, and it made me really depressed. And now, just being more content with, like, the one, and, like, my heart's always been in the right place. I don't do things, like, intentionally to be bad. If something happens, like, I'll take accountability for it, apologize, and own up to it. But I never do it intentionally. It's just, like, me being more content with the 1%.
Yeah.
Has been, like, a good, solid practice. Because I had this impossible standard in my head. And just, like, everybody is on a different growth progression. You can't speed it up, you can't rush it. Mm-hmm. As much as I want to rush it, I think that's the thing that leads me to feeling like garbage. Because it's like, the universe always hip checks me a little bit. Like, God's always like, no, you're not better than this. Like, you need to respect what's going on here.
Right. I'm going to get you to where you need to be when the time is right.
Exactly. And I think trust, like, I've just been praying a lot more. So, like, and like trusting in that process. Mm-hmm. So, like, every night, every morning I wake up transparently with good intentions through your will. And that's all I can do. And, like, trusting in the process that, like, I'm a tool and I can't make anything happen. I can just potentially facilitate. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like a good spot to be. Because I don't know how people deal with all the responsibility. I would fall apart very fast.
Mm-mm. I don't know either.
I got to give up some ownership.
I try. I've been trying to give it back forever. No one takes it. I'm like, damn.
Nobody
takes it. I'm like, can someone please?
I'll take a little bit. Where are we at time-wise? Are we running in?
We're good time-wise,
I
but...
think so, too.
Yeah.
Do we have any...
Jerry is in the studio, y'all.
Hello.
Probably like, what is going on?
I know.
Welcome to Saturday Church. Clock it.
Oh my goodness. It's been a very nice, like, midday.
Yes, and it's not raining right this
yet.
Second. Thank the Lord. So let me tell you really quick. So yesterday, it was sunny, hot as heck. I drove into the office because my computer was jacked up, so I needed to get it fixed and whatever. And spent half the day there. Then all of a sudden, I hear it raining. And it was just doing a little drizzle. Not much. And I was like, I'll be fine. Then it was like, whoosh. And I was like, oh, I probably will not be fine. And then when I was starting to pack up my stuff, then the lights and everything went out. And I'm sitting here on the second floor by myself in this building. And I'm like, what? Yes, it was scurry. I says, what do I do if somebody comes and tries to kidnap me? But then, when the lights did come back on and I decided to really get my butt out that dark ass building, I was, leaving and whatever. Tell me why the sun decides, let me grace you with my presence. I'm like, where were you when I was in this building alone?
Yeah, no.
Like, just ridiculous. So hope the weather stays.
Isn't that perfect though? When you walk outside, the sun comes out, and when you're inside, it's raining.
But why couldn't the lights go out when I'm out of the building in the car, or even out the building? Like, I don't care that it was raining. I care that I was in this dark ass building.
Oh yeah,
by myself.
I hate being in buildings alone.
And then what makes it worse, like, because I have a little drive from the office to home, I always have to take a potty break. And darn good as well, if my little cubicle area is dark, the bathroom is 3 times as dark. And I always feel like somebody's hiding in there anyways. I check every stall. I'll be like, I'm like knocking on doors and everything. So, I
always had a fear as a kid that when I sat on the toilet that somebody was gonna grab. Mm-hmm. Like, reach up and, like, grab my shit. Like, whoa.
See, I would think going over, that's the part that freaks me out. I'm just going to look up and they're just like, hey, how you
Yeah,
doing?
no, I like literally my friends will get mad. I'll be like, we'll be out someplace and I'll be like, all right, I got to run home. I got to shit. And they're like, you have that much like poop anxiety? I'm like, yeah.
I can clinch it. Absolutely. It's a miracle.
I'm not touching that.
Yeah, I had aside from work, there's only a couple places I will use the bathroom. Otherwise, I can hold that mug. I can hold it for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, no, there's just certain things we just not going to do.
It depends for me.
No, I can clinch everything.
Ever since like I stopped like drinking a lot, I've gotten there. I'm like, wow, like having a functional like immune system and like intestines, it's kind of crazy. It's like, why was I doing that for so long anyway? It's like the risk does not outweigh the reward at all. And that's like literally like people I talk to at work where like I like mention it. I'm like, yeah, I hate to get graphic, but it's nice to have normal poops. And they're like, yeah, honestly. Like normal poop gang.
I'm telling you, I cleansed for 2 weeks and I was like, is this what people go through every day? They just go use the bathroom just feeling great afterwards?
Yeah.
I said, man, I've been bloaty for all my life.
No, like literally, it was so funny because that was part of the January thing, like for me. And it was, I don't know, it was like, it took me like 2 weeks to be like, why did I do this for so long? Like 2 weeks of not doing it to be like, why? I don't know. Anything in moderation, in my opinion. You can cut up sometimes, but you got to know that your tummy is not going to respect you.
Right. It's going to be like, why did you
do that? Why did you do this to me? Have you seen the videos of the guy sitting at the table and he like splits the characters up to where it's like, he's like the brain and it's the brain talking to the intestines. Oh, yeah. And then like it'll be like Memorial Day weekend, and then like all the hot dogs are getting thrown down from the sky to the sun. He's like, "Why are you doing this to me?" And then the brain's like, "I'm off this week. It's not." He doesn't know what he's doing. And it's like it's a funny like. And then the intestines are like always covered in sweat on a treadmill. Like, I think those are funny videos. Those are creative.
That's what our internal organs really go through.
Yeah. No, and I like you were talking about working out and running with Yami. I've been really like on the same page as like that video. It's like I've been really trying to respect my body and figure out. Like I've been not working out a lot, but it's summertime, so I've been swimming a lot and playing basketball a lot, and I feel, especially with the newfound understanding of how to do things in a healthier way, I'm feeling pretty good.
That's good.
Like mind, body, soul.
All the above.
All the above.
Get that vitality in.
Vitiligo. No, that's another thing.
Yeah, it was.
That's not the correct thing to say.
He'd be laying in his bed at night and come up with the correct word.
I'd be like, damn it. I know I'll be wide awake for 2 hours.
How can I get that word?
It's like that Squidward, the boing, and then his eyes just are like wide open and bloodshot. I miss SpongeBob. Is it on anything out of all the services you have?
Yeah, because our little heifers watch it every blue moon. What is it? Nick Jr., Nick Kid, Nick Knight?
Paramount.
It's on Paramount.
Okay.
Bet. I'm watching it.
Because I'm like, what is it on?
I gotta watch The Bear and SpongeBob. That's, I think, a well-balanced diet of television.
Yeah,
I think that creator guy passed away quite a few years ago. The guy who does the voice.
Steven Hilton?
He died.
Or for SpongeBob? The voice for SpongeBob?
Yeah, the SpongeBob guy that did the voice.
No, I think he's still alive.
Is he? Really?
Yeah, because they did the kids Super Bowl.
I'm thinking of someone
I think. Let me check. Voice.
The guy who created it. He does the voice.
Oh, okay. I was about to say Rick and Morty. One of them dudes died.
Yeah, Tom Kenny's still alive.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different animator that passed
Yeah. Dude, that I do think, like with all the clips on Instagram and stuff, it's all SpongeBob for me. And I honestly think SpongeBob has the greatest movie of all time. Like the one in 2004 with the... maybe it's just a me thing. You mean
for that genre? Or you mean...
Just an animated movie.
Okay. I was like, I need you to really like break it down because I'm like...
Like TV to animate? No, I don't know. It's one of the funniest. Like when David Hasselhoff comes out. Because we're men. We can do anything. Because that 2004 movie is just brilliant. I remember being a kid just watching it back to back to back to back to back. I loved it.
Back to back.
Oh, the thunder. I don't know is this going to catch that at all?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
But I shouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, all the summer storms are rolling in. It's one of my favorite. It makes me want to talk like this and say, the melancholy breeze rolled in on the western front as the clouds got dark.
Are you having a Yellowstone moment?
No, yeah. Whenever it's like hot in the summer, I think about talking like that. Like a guy like that just starts narrating my whole
that guy's name?
thought process.
Yes.
Who?
Sam Elliott?
Yes.
Is that Sam Elliott?
Yeah, that's what I can think of.
He's the guy with the big white mustache.
Yes. The guy in Big Lebowski for like that one part. He has the best voice ever.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
The night fell dim on a bright LED screen. I don't know. Something. Do you want me to wrap it up, Anna?
Yeah.
All right. So I got the reading for today. The closure reading is from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. And today, let us get situated. Today is all that we are not. Discernment is a process of letting go of what we are not. By Father Thomas Keating. I can easily over-identify with my emotions and roles, becoming what I feel. I am angry. I am divorced. I am depressed. I am a failure. I am nothing but my confusion and my sadness. No matter how we feel in any one moment, we are not just our feelings, our roles, our traumas, our prescription of values, or our obligations. Here, I got you, brother. Or our obligations. Our prescription of values or obligations or ambitions. It is so easy to define ourselves by the moment of struggle we are wrestling with. It is a very human way to be consumed by what moves through us. In contrast, I often think of how Michelangelo sculpted, how he saw the sculpture waiting, already complete, in the uncut stone. He would often say that his job was to carve away the excess, freeing the thing of beauty just waiting to be released. It helps me think of spiritual discernment in this way. Facing ourselves, overcoming the meaning in our hard experiences. The entire work of consciousness speaks to a process by which we sculpt away the excess. That's good. All that we are not, finding and releasing the gesture of soul that is already waiting complete within us. Self-actualization is the process applied to our life on earth. The many ways we suffer, both inwardly and outwardly, are the chisels of God freeing the thing of beauty that we have carried within since birth.
I like that.
I love that.
So y'all meditate on that for the week.
I love it.
We thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome to the jungle. If you guys are new to the podcast, click like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
And share with...
We do this a lot, and we promise we'll have video content and never do. But we are genuinely
going to do it.
Working on it. It's a it's a lot sooner than people think. And we got we won't keep saying it every time, but just keep an eye out. And we're gonna keep doing this because we love doing this.
Yeah,
this is like one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, this is therapy.
Yeah, and then if you want to listen to people kind of go crazy a little bit, check out the After Hours show, which might be sooner than later.
Yes, we will get that out there for y'all.
Yes, well, thank you everybody for listening. If you've made it this far, and Anna, you got any?
No, you guys have a great week, and be good.
Be good. Be better than good. All right, signing off.